Okay, so because they all saw it, right? Did you guys all see it, right? And I'm sure everybody that's listening to the show saw it. So let me just say this: big fan of having WrestleMania over 2 nights because I hated the one night 8 hour WrestleMania marathon.
Yeah.
That was brutal. Great idea.
Easier to digest for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say this, bro. I thought this when the match started. I have a feeling they're putting this match on first because people are less likely to boo because they've been sitting there waiting for the show to start and they're more energized. Great job, guys. You still got him to boo. Incredible, bro. What a weak finish. What the was that? And let me just say this. I understand. First of all, why would she distract him during the match? I know that somebody's going to say, oh, that's going to be explained later, and I'll get to that. Why would she distract him during the match, and why would he turn his back on Orton, okay? Now, people will say, oh, we're going to find out later on to create buzz. Bro, this is the show where more people are watching your show, number one. Number two, when this first started, as you know, I was a humongous fan. It was my favorite thing on the show every week. And they managed to turn me against it, okay? This was the show where you had to show improve. This was the show where you had to give me something, and you gave me that to watch it Monday again. To me, that was weak.
Yeah, it was definitely weird, and I mean the biggest reaction they got was the holy shit chant, and it was just like everything was discombobulated and. Like you said, people are saying, well, it's going to come out later that maybe they were together, that something happened. But it's like, well, WrestleMania is where you're supposed to give all of those endings. That's where you're supposed to tie off all the loose ends for the year.
Yeah.
Not only that, bro, the guy's got, I think everybody will agree with me, Fiend's got like a babyface entrance. They were popping for him.
Man. That entrance was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I thought everything about it.
That entrance is great, but then, for me, I started watching, Randy Orton's entrance felt like it took half an hour for him to get down the ramp.
Yeah, the new Undertaker.
Oh, man.
No, that to me.
Somebody's song played twice. Was it Orton that played his song? Played twice?
Yeah.
Looped around 2.5 times or something.
Yeah, I was saying to the people I was in the room with, I was like, "There's no reason for this to take more than 5 minutes." Well, it went 5:50, and had the complete opposite of what I thought. I'm like, Wyatt's going to crush him, get revenge for getting burned. So you can. He could be set on fire and come back, but a single RKO put him down for the count. I was like, that is stupid. Now, what I read on Twitter, and I haven't followed this as close as some people. Someone on Twitter said, here's what happened, right? Alexa Bliss initially was possessed by the spirit of Sister Abigail. And now that she brought the Fiend back to full power, Sister Abigail has full power over Alexa Bliss and turn on the Fiend. I don't know. That's someone on Twitter put that. I was like, thanks. Like that helps.
I think it's like
for them now they have the reasoning.
Did Orton did he only do that one offensive maneuver, the other RKO? Did he get one other offensive move in the whole match?
He did the draping DDT a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was gonna say he got his ass whooped the whole time, hit one move, and then they're like he slayed the Fiend. Meanwhile, the Fiend's standing up already, looking across the ring. It's like.
And he did some moves where he did the back suplex on the table. Fiend popped right up. He did the DDT off the rope. Fiend popped right up to make him, he's still indestructible. And then 1, 2, 3.
CJ, you wanted to say something, right?
Oh, yeah. My first line when I was taking notes was that the big-ass box that Bray Wyatt was in. And I was thinking about how, speaking of Cornette, how it's automatically over because it's a box. So I kind of had like a bad omen about the match. And my other note was like a weird that weird ass finish, man. I don't get it, man, because Bray Wyatt is one of the most creative talents on that roster, hands down, and they keep up his character, man. So I'm like you, Konnan. I'm frustrated, and I'm out on this whole storyline because this is the second time where Bray has had something that's had so much promise and got the crowd over and everything. And they up. Yeah. What is it with him in particular?
You know what I think about, to your point, CJ, when I recall back in the 90s when The Undertaker was having these crazy matches and things like that. And I remember that I think it was at King of the Ring where the entire heel locker room came out to I think it was a casket match that he had I don't know if it was with Yokozuna.
It was. Yeah.
It was with
Yeah,
Yokozuna where the
it was
entire
the Rumble, I think.
right
Where the 94.
where the entire heel locker room came out to put him down, right? So you have Bray Wyatt who gets burned alive and then all of a sudden gets put down with one RKO. It makes zero sense.
It'd be like if Undertaker got buried alive and came back for his revenge against Yokozuna, and Yokozuna beat him in 5 minutes.
Right, with the bonsai drop. And that was it. Like it makes zero sense because then you don't
crazy, yeah.
you essentially you your entire Fiend character. Like the whole character is done.
Well, they're looks like they're changing the focus to Fiend versus Alexa, whatever that means. So,
but he could have.
I don't think anybody was happy with it.
But I don't understand. Like, for example, they see something. They see that Roman was special. And they've really protected him, and right. They see Fiend is special, and they don't protect him. You know, and it's like, bro, you've got two special attractions. Protect them because they're very few and far in between. Then you finally get another act. Now you got three, and you protect those because you know they're gonna make you money, merchandising, blah 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 blah. And it's they.
And not to mention, you don't even got to protect him because he's so creative. Just let him do his thing and just don't let him lose. Just.
Right.
You know?
He should be
or be more creative.
Mick Foley, man. He should be the Mankind. As creative as this guy is, they should. I don't get it.
And Mankind lost again. Mankind lost, and he was still over, and he was still able to persevere and make money.
That's a sign of a great wrestler. There are great wrestlers. Scott Hall was another one that they could lose, but they still stayed over. Those guys are special.
Flair.